Honestly Lazy. With your boy Stick. The man, the myth, the legend. I still don't know what to say. Just fucking roll it.
The Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Stick. Back at it with another episode of the Honestly Lazy Podcast. I hope you all are doing well. I know I didn't upload last week. Kind of called it though. I said I wasn't sure if I was going to upload or not in the last episode, and it turns out I didn't. No issues besides just the fact of personal things, you know, life in general fucking was just kicking me in the ass and had to do a couple things, so really left me with no time to really, record. But, I'm back. It's good to be back. It's good to be back at it. And let's just get into it. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, what the hell are you doing? I'm very offended that you're not actually going to be subscribed to this, because if you've been watching for so many episodes, then you should have just subscribed already and kind of helped out the channel. But if you haven't subscribed yet, you're on YouTube, you might as well subscribe now. There's more coming, don't worry. There's bigger and better things. People are asking for more. People ask me if new episodes are coming out, which is fucking weird, but okay. That means I'm doing something right. The haters going to hate. I don't think I got any because no one really knows about the podcast. But haters will hate one day, I hope. That means I'm doing something right when I get hated on. So yeah, subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Spotify. You can do... All you gotta type in is the Honestly Lazy Podcast. I'm pretty sure you could Google it and it will be the first thing that pops up. But I'm wearing the merch today. I'm wearing the t-shirt because I haven't worn it in a while, actually. So I figured, you know what? It's finally getting nice out in Canada, especially where I am. It really fucking sucks where I am from time to time because, you usually are just stuck with terrible weather. But, the last week it was sunny. And, of course, I'm dealing with all my bullshit. And once I got to the weekend, I just took the weekend to myself. Lost some money in poker. Just had a fun weekend. Now I'm really trying to get back into it. But the first thing I got to talk about is that Leafs game. And, how not surprised I am with the outcome. Now, I know people are going to think I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs hater. And you have every right to say that because I don't really even watch hockey in the first place. I never really have. I've never been interested in hockey at all. I usually do what a lot of people do and start watching the Leafs when they hit the playoffs. But, I had, I think, 1 year where I had high hopes for them. And I thought, man, they are going to win it. They are going to do fantastic. And, they let me down, like, miserably. Like, very, very miserably, they let me down. And then another year, same thing. Got my hopes up. This is the team. They switched up the team so much. They're going to get it. Fired their coach. And another disappointment. Now, usually it takes about 3 times for your boy here to be like, damn, man, I'm really fucking... Like, I really can't believe I believed in these guys. But this time I was like, alright, it's fucking 2 times. This is bullshit. They keep fucking up in the exact same way. And I'm just going to say this right now to all you Leafs fans. If you are a Leafs fan, I'm just going to say it right now. Unless they literally win every single game. Like, here's how the Leafs literally have to get to the second round. And nobody is going to like it. And some people are probably going to be like, but they will do it 1 year. And they fucking won't. They literally have to win every single game of their first playoff game. Like, every single one. They can't let the other team win once. I don't know what it is. They'll be doing great. But once the team wins one game on the other side, it's like, oh, fuck it, we're lost. We're just going to, fuck it, guys. Let's just lose and, go golfing. Like, that's the way I feel with the Leafs. Because... I've seen them have, I don't know what the record was. They probably had, 3 games ahead of teams before. Even with Tampa, they won, the first 2, and they were, beating them in Tampa. And everyone said this year, oh, they're not playing Boston, so, they're going to win it, and they have home ice advantage. And I said, nah. I ain't going to be the one to tell him. I ain't, and I didn't. I had to keep my mouth shut a lot during this first round, because I was like, oh, God. If I keep saying no, they're going to lose, everyone's just going to call me hater. And then when they do lose, they're going to be like, Stick was the jinx. But it's not me. It's the fact that when they lose one game, they just fucking are already golfing. They just give up on the whole thing. If you ask me when it comes to the Leafs, this from a guy who doesn't watch any hockey at all, stop paying them as much. I don't get how these guys are making all this money. Like, yeah, Matthews is a good fucking player, but you know what? Like, he hasn't, like, he's gonna leave. Like, the way I look at it is Matthews will be the first one to leave because, well, he wants the Stanley Cup and he wants that cred, and the Toronto Maple Leafs just choke every single fucking year, and they don't get the cred. The last time, and this is a funny thing that made me laugh, the last time they got to the second round, not even like just to the second round, was 2004. Almost been 10 fucking years since they got to the second round. 10 years of people getting their fucking hopes up, being like, oh, they're going to win it this year, and then they miserably fail, and then everyone gets angry and hucks their beers and shit, and it's just like, dude, this is exactly what happened last year. They just follow a pattern. They have high hopes. We're going to win. They're going to win. And then the other team scores one goal. And then it's just all over. And they're like, fuck. Well, I guess it's on to the next one. I mean, what perfect timing for them to lose, though, with the May 2-4 being this weekend. They'll just party their asses off while these other guys are still playing playoffs and getting paid. Yeah, fuck. But what am I saying? Maple Leafs get paid so much to suck. Like, I'd probably stay on the team. If I got paid to just lose every single time and still get a nice fucking check, I'd play for the worst team too. Fuck it, why not? Maybe that's what Matthews is doing. He's just like, well, these guys keep like fucking looking so bad. Each time I score a goal, it's amazing. But Matthews had a great year. What did he get? 60 goals? Over 60 goals this year? And he's still repping with the Leafs, man. I'm telling the Leafs, you guys better get your shit together. You're going to lose Matthews. And then you guys are really fucked. You blamed it on the goalie, your defense, everything. You guys are just... The Leafs just choke once they lose. They're like little fucking kids when you take the... I don't know. Take candy away from them, which I've never done. But I guarantee you they'd roll on the ground, just fuck it. Or roll around on the ground, just fucking throw a fit. I want it. Fuck off. Also last week, I know I'm late to the Leafs game, but I upload on Fridays. And this week I'm very busy. Because I'm going camping on the long weekend, heading back up to Mossport to have my fun. And I'm going to say that because it drives one of my listeners nuts. I talk about Mossport so much, so that's for you, buddy. I'm going up to Mossport, you little fucker. But another thing I realized over the last weekend was the Judo Awards were on the air, and I'm starting to realize I'm fucking old. It's really sad to say, because like the one thing I'm very passionate and I know a decent amount about, and it's always been a part of my life, is music. And I watched this year's Junos. I knew like two people. I knew the Arkells, and I knew the girl who opened up for the Arkells when I went and saw them live a few weeks ago. It's like all I knew. It's like, oh, hip hop artists. Oh, okay, maybe I'll know some of these. And like yeah, when I was like watching the Junos every single year, it was like, you know, Drake, which I didn't fucking care for. I saw The Weeknd got advertised or something, and Classified. Now I always root for Classified because, you know, he was my favorite rapper. I got on stage with him, so I was like, yeah, Classified won an award. And the one year, I remember the one year, it was historical for me because I was like, oh my god, because Classified won. And like there was this point in the Junos where if you were up against like Justin Bieber, you were just not winning. Justin Bieber won fucking everything. And one year, Classified beat him out with Inner Ninja, and I was so fucking psyched. I was like, yes, Classified won it. That's a banger, yeah, Classified. Because it's like, fuck, someone actually beat Bieber. I can't count how many he won, because the Junos are like the Canadian thing. And, but this year, I felt so old. Like, there was people in the crowd that I knew. I saw, like, Brett Kissel in the crowd. I'm like, hey, I know that guy. My girlfriend's watching. She saw like a fucking guy who owns a venue. He kept high-fiving everybody. He looked like a real fucking weirdo. I saw like who else did I see in the crowd? Oh my god, I didn't even finish them. I gave up on watching when a TikTok star announced one of the categories. Like literally a TikTok star. This is what the world's turning in. This is how you get the younger generation to watch these fucking awards shows. You bring in a TikTok star. Now, I'm not saying being a TikToker... Oh, God, I hate saying that. I'm not saying being a TikToker is like the easiest job, but I'm saying that being a TikToker is definitely one of the easiest jobs that you could ever fucking do. And the fact that this is what we need for the, you know, the generate, or for get the younger generation to watch. Oh, yeah, I just don't know. I didn't even know, like I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she was like, I didn't know a single person. They need to bring back like the bigger bands and stuff. Now, like, Avril Lavigne performed, so that was pretty cool to see. And, you know, like, come on, like, I was in grade 2 when she came out with, like, Complicated and shit. She was, like, my first, like, celebrity crush was Avril Lavigne. So seeing that, I was like, oh, yeah. She was doing good in life. And, you know, she did a good performance. The Arkells did a good performance. But, I mean, my girlfriend's like, well, they need to bring back, like, the bigger bands and stuff. And I'm, like, kind of saying there, like, yeah, they do. But at the same time, are we just so fucking out of the loop that these are the big bands? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, the big bands nowadays are, like, Glorious Sons, Arkells, like, for Canadian. The Standstills, maybe? Oh, no, the Crownlands. I think they're pretty big. Cleopatra, I think that's their name. You know, like, to me, it's like bring bands in like that and get them to perform. Bring in old guys like Blue Rodeo. Well, Bare Naked Ladies already performed there. Like, you know, they try their best, but I mean, like, watching the whole thing, like, as far as I got once I saw the TikTok star, I was like, I'm fucking done with this. It definitely doesn't have the same vibe as it used to. And on top of it, they did it at the Budweiser stage in Toronto, which is like, to me, is the weirdest fucking place. Because, like, there's not even anybody, they wouldn't even let people go into the grass. Like, you had to be seated. I was like, oh, fuck that. I want to be up in the grass seats, man. That is where the party is. I love the grass seats at the Bud stage. And, like, you know, I think they made sure they didn't do that because, well, it's a party scene. I was at the fucking Bud stage and I saw a guy roll down the hill before, like 2 hours before the show even started, a guy rolled down the hill. He was already that hammered. So, you know, that's where you get the Bud stage, up in the grass. I'm like watching, and I was like, the funniest thing I was like watching, they're like, are you ready to party? And I was like, I don't see anybody with a drink in their hand. And I saw these two dudes and they stuck out like a sore thumb, you know, they look like fucking country boys. Sitting there with beers, like, whoa, like partying shit, and there's like all these like people just dressed up nice and stuff, and then there's these two normally dressed dudes just sitting there with like a beer, like just chilling, like waving at the camera and oh, we're on TV. And I was like, I want to party with those guys. I want to meet these guys outside of the Junos, because like if I had a chance to go to the opportunity, or if I had the opportunity to go to the Junos and get the tickets where they were, I'd probably dress up nice as well. But they said no. Or actually, I'd probably just get a cool, like, Honestly Lazy leather jacket and pull up in that and just be like, yeah, advertise my merch with Honestly Lazy on the back. And, but these guys just pulled up in their regular clothes and were just there like, we're getting drunk. It looked like they were just about to fucking party all night. But I'm not bashing the Junos at all with this. I'm not. What I'm trying to say is, I'm getting old and I didn't know a lot in the Junos. And that scares me. It's like, oh my god, am I finally just listening to old music? And I think I am. But then again, my type of music is like definitely just YouTube. Like, you know how they have like those YouTube like tiny desk sessions and stuff. A lot of my guys do stuff like that. Except for like Childers and Sturgill that are bigger than that. But I just started discovering music like that where it's just the small things, like, you know, pretty much like YouTube musicians. They should do a YouTube, like, only YouTubers allowed. Don't fucking bring Eminem in. But just YouTubers who started on YouTube making music. Timothy DeLugetto. Is that what his name was? Yeah. Dumbfounded. You know, like D-Pride or now Russell. Wax. You know, just do like that. That'd be cool to see like a YouTube music awards. I'm not even sure if I know Wax still makes music, but I'm not sure if Dumbfounded does. I think he went straight to the podcast and he just kind of Never came back, which sucked. I fucked with Dumbfounded a lot. And he's got some sick tattoos. Another thing that happened over the weekend is, holy fuck. I'm complaining a lot about the gas prices lately, but I finally did it. I had to pay over $2 for gas. It cost me $60 to fill a Kia Rio. Like, it's not even like when I first got my car, like it was a 2018 Kia Rio. I bought it brand new because I was so sick of pieces of shit dying on me, and I finally had a job where I could afford it. I finally financed a car, and I was like, sweet, I got something new. And it cost me, like, I think the most it cost me to fill that fucking thing back then, which was, in 2018, so 4 years ago. I think the most it was like maybe $40 to fill that thing. I am up to $60 to $70 to fill that thing, depending on how much gas, depending if I drive the thing all the way to the gas light. But, my government sucks. Like, blaming Putin, he's the reason why the gas prices are so high. And I don't want to start anything, but I don't know. He has, like, Trudeau has a boner for fucking this carbon tax. And I don't think that's helping this shit at all. And, like, you know, he's literally, like people are like, please, like, do something about it. And his fucking, like, butthead sounding ass who says, while he's speaking, just pretty much says, we are, keeping it in place to help the environment. Now, look, I'm not an environmentalist. I'm not. And I don't know how fucked the world is. I mean, I look at Leonardo's Instagram and I think maybe he'll explain it to me, but he doesn't. You know, he'll post some stuff from time to time, but he fucking posts paragraphs. I just look at the pictures and say, well, that doesn't look good in the world. That looks like we need to clean up. And, you know, I feel like we're in a state where, you know, well, if Lil Dicky's going to do a song called Earth and he's putting all the money that he made off it and has all these big names in it just to, like, help the earth, I'm pretty sure we're more fucked than we think. Like, I think, if you ask me, that sun's going to go out any day now. Like, it's just like 2020, COVID happened, 2021, 2022, lock us down. We get out, everyone starts having fun, the fucking sun goes out, we all die anyways. I don't know. Or Putin just pushes a button, then we push a button, fucking nuclear war zone. But I don't know how bad the earth is, but it better be bad enough where I have to pay $2 for a tank of gas. Because I moved farther from my work because I could afford the gas prices back. And even back then, they were like, I don't know, like $1.30, I think, when I first moved out here. Yeah, and I've only been out here for a year. I'm pretty sure it was $1.30 when I first moved out here, and we are up to over $2. I'm like, oh my god. And they're just saying, and Trudeau's just like, yeah, it'll keep going up. And it's like, fucking why do you not drive either? Like, does this just not bug you? Or because you're prime minister you get gas for free? Probably it. So he just fucking he gets a boner each time it goes up. Like, when COVID was at its like peak, man, I was buying gas when COVID was at its peak for 73 cents, I think. No, I think it was 90 cents. I might drop that low. I remember it was like $20 to fill my car. And it was amazing. That was like the best feeling of life. Only $20 to fill my car. For like a quick moment in my life, I got to live how my parents lived when they were teenagers, with just filling up on gas. And then, of course, they open everything back up, and now fuck gas prices through the roof because just like in the 80s, we're selling too much gas, fucking up the prices. Everyone's driving everywhere, and now we're fucked. And it's just gonna keep going up. Soon enough, like I never thought in my lifetime that I would see gas go up to about, I don't know, maybe $1.50. I thought it'd go up to at least $1.50 in my lifetime. But now that I'm going up to $2, I'm only 26, and now I'm worried about the time I'm fucking 50. It's gonna be like $5 a liter. Well, I mean, it doesn't help that each time, like every fucking other month, they're raising minimum wage. And what they don't realize is each time you raise minimum wage, for some reason, everything else goes up. It's like, oh yeah, we're raising minimum wage to help you live your life better. Well, guess what? Everything else is going up, so you're pretty much back to the fucking same spot you were before, but now you're just making more money. It just doesn't make sense. Like I talked about the house market. It just doesn't make sense. up everybody's wages, and then the house market goes up, and then Trudeau's like one reason was the rent to own. I think I talked about this before, but rent to own? Are you fucked? You fucking idiot. Rent to own. Fuck that. I wouldn't be able to do anything to my house if I owned it. How long does it take to own it? I don't even looked into it, but I already know rent to own, fucking joke. And that's the shittiest part. This election's coming up here, ladies and gentlemen, for Premier of Ontario. Yeah, it's like the one with Doug Ford and all of them. And I gotta say, the bash campaigns between all of them, very entertaining. I don't fucking, like, to me, this election is like the worst one to vote for yet, because I have no clue who to vote for. I can vote for Doug Ford, which I didn't like him in the first place, and I kind of want to vote him out, or I can vote Liberal, which fuck no. And then there's NDP, which I was like maybe, but I heard they're into hoots with Liberals, so I'm like I can't vote for them either. And I'm not, and everyone's out like, if I vote for Green, people start telling me shit like, well, Green actually does this, and actually fucking disgusting. It's like, fuck, well, I don't know. Like, I just hate voting. I hate everything that's going on right now. Like, gas prices are going up. I'll vote for the guy that promises. I mean, if you don't give me lower gas prices 2 days after you get in, I'm throwing a rock at you. I will give the guy who's going to lower the gas prices. Because, you know, all of them say, oh, the housing market will change it. No, you fucking won't. You're not going to change it overnight. I just want someone to be able to just like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll lower the gas prices. And if we run out of gas and no one can go to work, then everyone gets a couple days off. I don't know. Fuck. Maybe it'll be a good thing. Maybe we'll save the environment if we run out of gas for a couple days. Figure out some new ways to make money, or, you know, like I'm collecting beer bottle caps since Putin invaded. I've been collecting my beer bottle caps just in case the fallout type thing happens. Like, I'll be fucking rich. You know? I had so many empties that I made $10 off them. That is not a brag. That's fucked. That was a long winter. Jesus Christ. This news story kind of came up, and it's something that's kind of like, I just saw it today. I think it was just posted today on 6Buzz. When was this? Yeah, 6 hours ago. By the time this episode came out, this, like, you know, it's been a couple days or something. But this is one of the weirdest things I've seen Canada's Supreme Court do, and I'm really not supportive of it at all, and I don't get why they did this. So, you know, Canada's like pro-abortion and shit, and that was like the big thing in the States, is they were going to ban abortions, and, you know, and I was totally behind it. Don't ban them. Girls' choice, you know, to get an abortion. I'm totally for that. But Canada is like, yeah, we're pro-abortion. This is our, like, country and shit. But then they come out with this shit. It says Canada's Supreme Court has officially decided that extreme intoxication, even by your own choice, is a valid excuse for violent crimes. And I mean violent crimes. I mean rape, murder, assault, and everything under, like, I forget what the fuck that saying is. But everything like that. Now, all you gotta do is, if you get really fucked up, you can do it, and you can't get into any trouble for it. Which is really troubling to me, seeing that people like the lead singer Headley right now is dealing with rape charges just as this comes out, so this could probably get him out. For all we know, the fucking Scarborough rapist Paul Bernardo can just say, I was drunk and high and on drugs and stuff when I did all that, and that's a valid excuse. It's like, what really made them do this? Like, I don't get it. Like, yes, I've heard of stories of people just popping a Xanax, waking up, not knowing what they did, and they end up fucking killing somebody or something. But you chose to take a Xanax and, you know, get super, super fucked up by it. And unfortunately, if you ask me, if you're going to do a bunch of drugs and get really fucked up because you hate your life, well, you better be able to handle those drugs, because you should not be able to get away with all this shit and just be like, kidding me? I was just high as fuck on Xanax. I didn't know I ran over a fucking family. Can't do anything for me. Like, you can't get me in trouble. Now, I'm sure there's more into this. I'm sure it's like, there has to be more to it. I'm just reading a title. I'm just going off that, which I know I should do more research, but I mean, just off the title, this scares the shit out of me, because for all I know, I could be just driving home one day and a drunk driver can smoke me and kill me and he'll be okay and he'll just be like, sorry, I was drunk. Like, you know, like that's a violent crime. Or I could just be walking home and a guy high as fuck on PCP just beats the shit out of me and stomps my brains in and he can just say I was high on PCP. I was out of my control. I don't fucking get it. Like, how the hell did this get passed? Like, you know, when you think of Canada, I know Americans, when they think of Canada, they just think Great White North, and we say buddy and bye and a lot and all that type of stuff. But usually you think, like, we're a little bit, like, I'll say, Americans think we're a lot more pussy. And, like, I agree, yes, to Americans, we're a lot more pussy. You know, we don't really, like, to Americans, you know, 3 days of not being able to get a gun, they're pissed. We have to wait like 2 weeks to get a gun. We're just like, whatever. It's 2 weeks. We'll get it at some point. You know, in America, it's like the COVID shit in Florida, no one really cared about, and they're still living their lives. We went into fucking 5 lockdowns, and, you know, we just kind of handled everything differently. But, like Americans usually would do some kind of cringy or dumb shit like this, or other countries. Canada's usually too pussy to do shit like this. And the fact that they are doing this, and this is what they're doing, the Supreme Court is fucked. And honestly, dude, like, this is fucking scary to me. I don't want to be walking down the street and a guy high on PCP stomps my brains in and uses that so he doesn't get into fucking trouble. So, like, this is just me saying to the Supreme Court and shit, drugs, you know, like, are never, like, you know, they don't, usually people don't grab people and stick a needle in their arm and say, yeah, so you're just high on heroin now. Usually people, well, I'm sure, maybe when it comes to, like, meth and stuff, they'll tell people it's, like, cocaine instead, and then they snort a line of meth instead or something. But as me, as a Canadian, as a proud Canadian, this is the fucking dumbest shit I've ever seen, and you guys better backtrack this soon, because, like, this is fucking not, this is not right. And you really fucking dropped the ball on this one. You know what the worst part is? I was just talking about that. And the worst part is, this is literally May 2-4 coming up. This weekend. Where there's going to be drugs and drinking everywhere. It's the fucking May 2-4. Everyone parties for it, or during it. You know, this type of law is definitely not the proper thing to have. I don't know, man. I don't know, Canada's getting more fucked. I don't agree with this shit, man. But, I mean, all I can do is, like, vote, I guess, or do something. There'll be protests for this and stuff, and I'll support the living fuck out of that. Because that's not right.
The Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Now, as you all may know, your boy Stick here isn't really a big fan of the fashion scene. I never really have been. I mean, I'm the type of guy who likes to wear just trucker hats and, well, t-shirts of stick figures drinking beer, and I'm okay with that. And I've talked about fashion before on the podcast. You know, I've talked about that Balenciaga, whatever the hell that, or Balenciaga? Yeah, that's how I'm saying it, Balenciaga. I don't care if I'm saying it wrong, because I'm not a fashion dick anyways. I talked about them before on the podcast, where I talked about how, well, they were selling Fortnite t-shirts for astonishing prices. I mean, I think it was over $1,000 for a Fortnite t-shirt that you could probably get the same as Walmart, at the Walmart, the local Walmart, for like $20, and they were trying to sell them for $1,000 just because their name was on top of it, which is fine. I get it. You're a big company. You can do dumb shit like this, but they kind of like ghosted for a while, I guess you could say. But every time they do something where they're like, you know, going to get bashed for it, it fucking makes news. I think it's just a tactic for them, but I keep going on their website each time they do something, and I don't get the fashion, because the more I look at Balenciaga, or however the fuck you say their stupid thing, the more I look at their website, the more I realize they're trying to get people to dress like the homeless. I don't know, maybe make the homeless feel welcome. Maybe it's like the new trend, you know, make the homeless feel welcome, let's dress like them and shit. So, to dress like a homeless man now, they've came out with a new type of fashion called destroyed shoes. Now, I checked their website and some of these shoes weren't on there anymore. But this was news because they were like dressing you like a bum and you had to pay about $1,800 for these pair of shoes. Now, I am not the best at describing things. So this is why I really like doing the video podcast part of this shit. Because then you can really see what it looks like. So I'm going to pull it up. But if you're a listener on Spotify or something like that, I'll try my best to describe it. So I'll pull up real quick. So these are literally the shoes that they're trying to sell you for $1,800. So let me try to explain this to people that, you know, are watching this or listening to this via Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever. The way to describe this top shoe right here. The other two really aren't that bad, but this top one that is worth $1,800. The best way to describe it. Like, I don't know. I wore them for about 20 years straight. You know, let them get all torn up and shit. Decided to, I don't know, like, you know, hang out with the homeless for a little bit, study their shoes, put a couple holes in them and stuff. And, you know, even like it just shoelaces never replaced them with the holes and stuff. And on top of the fact that these shoes just have too many holes in the first place. And in the wintertime, I literally just put salt on it and made sure the salt dissolved it a little bit. And it kind of looks like I lit on fire for a little bit on the top of the shoe there. This is how these look. Like, if you want to look like a homeless guy, that's fine. I totally get it. It's your style. Millennials do weird things. This could be a real thing. That's fine. If you want to spend $1,800 to look to wear a homeless man's shoes, that's fine too, I guess. Just as long as people don't start trying to rob the homeless and to take their shoes and try to sell them off as Balenciaga shoes or however the hell you say it for $1,800, we have no problem here. But just so you know, if you did buy a pair of these fucking shoes and you show up to me or show up in front of me and say these are Balenciaga shoes, what do you think? I'm going to make fun of you and say you look like you just stole them from a homeless man. And when you tell me you spent $1,800 on these said shoes, I'm going to make fun of you even more and say, oh my god, like you spent $1,800 look like a bum? You're stupid with your money. I would literally create a fake business. I'd be like, buy some Honestly Lazy merch. I would literally just take a marker and draw a stick figure with a shitty beer can, like, dude, this is like really rare merch, only one out of fucking like only 10 t-shirts were ever made. You gotta pay 10 grand for them though, because they're about to blow up. Like, this is what's going to put Honestly Lazy on the map. And I would take your money and I'd just laugh at you. And I wouldn't even give it back after I laugh at you. But no, you're dumb with your money. This is how dumb you are with your money. You are not getting it back. If you gave me 10 grand for this. Like, okay, so you got the one on the top that just looks like it's been through hell and back. You know, been worn for 10 years. Look like they were lit on fire. Put salt in them and everything. Now, the one on the bottom right. That looks more like the fashion. Yeah, people wear them nowadays. But the big thing is, the white's dirty on the bottom. I thought the big thing for these shoes were always to keep them clean, you know, and kind of, like, the big thing was to not scuff them. These things look scuffed to fuck. Like, to a shoe guy, I'm pretty sure he'd be insulted if he tried to sell him these for $1,800. But then again, I'm old and I don't understand fashion. And the one on the bottom right, the same thing, there's tears all over it. $1,800 for this. These won't keep you warm in the winter. Hell, if you step in a puddle in the summer, you're gonna get wet. Like, I'm not saying, like, obviously you're gonna get wet anyways, because, you know, like, skate shoes and all that type of shit, they're not the best for puddles and stuff, and these kind of look like skate shoes. But at least you had a chance. With these type of shit, like the top one, you'll like fucking forget your feet ever being dry again. Now, on top of it, forget about ever having a nice pair of clean socks ever again each time you wear these shoes. They will just get destroyed. Like, the shoelaces on the top ones aren't even like lace. Like, they're destroyed laces. It looks like a fucking cat pissed and sprayed and took a shit on them and just destroyed them. And this is fashion nowadays. I don't know, man. I don't know. This world is getting so type fucked up. I used to make fun of my dad for wearing New Balance shoes, and now it's like the new thing to wear New Balance shoes. I've even thought about getting New Balance shoes. That's how much of fashion they are. You know? And these are $1,800. My buddy Bill, who's about to be a dad, sent me a pair of Etnies with little 40s all over them. That was a cool design. They were selling for like $40. And these are selling for $1,800. Now, if you ask me, Bill shouldn't even be sending me this shit. He's about to be a dad. He needs those New Balance Skechers fucking shorts or jean shorts and fucking trucker hat. But he thinks he won't get into that. But the older his kid gets, he will definitely be like that. I don't know. It's like the dad bods and dad fashion is in. And I guess the new trend is becoming a fucking homeless man. Like, I don't even want to live on this planet anymore because it's just not making sense. I don't know. I'm going to sit here and drink beer and forget that people actually spend $1,800 for this. And I mean, like, each time I actually check their website, it's literally like they are getting worse. Like, they're selling hoodies that have fucking holes, like, up by the shoulders and stuff. They're selling those for, like over $1,000. I saw a pair of shoes that looked like just a dirty pair of Skechers for $2,000. Who the hell is buying this shit? Like Yeezy's like clothes I never really understood, but at least it was kind of like, okay, Yeezy's fucking nuts and he's going to just do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and we'll all just accept it and people will buy it. This fucking company, I don't know anything about. A couple of my buddies, when I was talking about the Fortnite thing, they were like, oh, you're going to Cherry Balenciaga, whatever. Yeah, do it, man. Fortnite, that's crazy. Like, this is just fuck. I didn't even know this was a company. And the first thing I see is fucking Fortnite for over $1,000. And now, holy shitty shoes for $1,800. I wish I could look up how much they sell for. Like all I think is like, I saw it on a website. Someone made a good point. They made a comment about these shoes. They said they're a neat freak. They said, what? Just staring at these shoes makes you just want to scrub them until they're clean. But that's the shittiest part. So on the bottom right one, they literally write Balenciaga with it looks like permanent marker. This is fashion. People who think they're smarter and better than me are saying this is fashion. Jesus Christ. I'll go grab my skate shoes right now, put a bunch of holes in them. Honestly, lazy shoes. Fucking be the next Supreme, Balenciaga, fucking Gucci. I don't know. I'll be all those guys with just holy shoes. Why not? I'll take all the shoes I've ever owned and I'll just rebox them, put Honestly Lazy sticker on it, puts a few in the holes and shit. Zero support, you know. Like, I wonder, like, if you're paying $1,800, look like a bum, I hope those shoes have, like, the best. I hope they have, like, the best type of soles you can get, like better than Dr. Scholl's. Like, they need the best soles if you're going to wear that. If you're going to look like a bum and spend $1,800, you better be like, better be the most fucking comfy shoes in the world, or you're just a dumbass. And that will do it for this week on the Honestly Lazy podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I say at the beginning of every episode, if you made it this far, and at the end of every episode, if you made it this far, I might as well like and subscribe. Follow me on Spotify. Check out all my social medias down below. Because, you know, support the shit, man. Support me. Support BoyStick. I know it's kind of a short one this week, but I've been busy as hell trying to figure out my long weekend because I'm heading up to Mosport. That's for Bill. And, you know, I haven't been around the computer a lot, so I just kind of did this in like a 2-day rush. So, you know, I'm sorry. It'll be more entertaining next week. I'm definitely going to try to upload next week. The big thing is, sometimes I can't find anything to talk about, and people are like, you need to dig, you need to do research and shit, and it's hard. Like, I usually use Instagram and Twitter to find stories I can talk about, and sometimes there's literally nothing, or it's something that I hate so much that I don't want to talk about it. So, I don't know. I'm going to really try to upload next week, but, you know, if I can't find anything, then it'll be out. But I'm sure something will happen on YouTube, and I will be back at it, talking about it. But, yes, I was going to live stream this weekend, and I realized I'm going to be camping. So I will probably do a live stream next week. I will announce it on the podcast next week. I think my plan is now to do the Sundays. So maybe I can get ideas from people of stuff to talk about on the pod and, you know, stuff like that, just to hang out. and just keep her moving. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on Twitch or YouTube yet. I'll probably do it on YouTube, but maybe Twitch. Not 100% yet, but I'm just going to see what I can do. And yeah, so it's been fun. It's been real this episode, you know, just trying to get through this shitty work week, and then I can get to a racetrack, drink beer, and forget about life for a while. And yeah, I think that'll do it for this week. So if you're a supporter, please support, you know, subscribe and stuff. And I will see you next week. Shout out to everybody, you know who you are, you know, Bill, Courtney, Nathan, Brad, Smitty, Jonesy, Smee and Jonesy, just, you know, my boys, they fucking both started new jobs. So I gotta say congratulations to them, and I hope the new jobs are doing well. And, you know, stay in touch with your boy, because I get lonely. You know, shout out to everybody who listens to every episode and leaves comments and just talks to me when I'm, like, in the middle of doing it. My cat opened the back door. Hey, buddy. And that's cue to end it. So shout out to everybody. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you on the next episode. So, bye.
The Honestly Lazy Podcast.